Welcome back to another RRC Restoration. This time I'm taking on the challenge of restoring the VFR 400 engine back to its former glory, because as you can see it's clearly seen better days, much like the rest of the bike. So the first step, as always, is a good cleaning session to blast the dirt away. This first cleaner is a solvent based one and will dissolve all the oil and grease that has built up over the years. This next cleaner is a slightly caustic one which removes any organic build-up and removes any oil and solvent residue that is left clinging to the surface. Well, I'd say that's a vast improvement already, but this is RRC and I think we can do even better. I think that solves the mystery of the overheating issues. The water jacket is totally calcified. This is the type of thing that happens when you run an engine with plain water instead of the proper coolant. Removing the valve train from these engines is very simple. Just remove the bolts and out pops the cams. The process is the same for bank 1, so I'll just skip ahead. Removing the cylinder heads isn't difficult either. You just need to undo 3 M6 bolts first, and then in a crisscross pattern undo the 8 M8 ones and simply lift the head off. Everything looks okay with this head, apart from a lot of carbon build-up on the valves. Again, just a fair bit of carbon build-up. And as expected, the pistons and water jacket are not a pretty sight to behold. The inside of the crankcase looks very clean, so it's obvious it has had fairly regular oil changes. It's a shame that the same can't be said about the coolant system. As you can see, there is no wear on any of these gears, so that's all good. Now let's move on to the other side of the engine and pull the flywheel and stator. Well, that's a nice surprise. Usually you need an M20 by 1.5 puller to get these flywheels off. Now to separate the crankcase halves. I've taken the liberty of undoing most of the bolts off camera as there is a lot of them holding the halves together. Well, there's nothing unexpected lurking in here. Just an oily crank and some gears that are in very nice condition. I'm removing the gears but leaving the selectors in for the moment, as I don't need any more engine parts to keep track of. I'm afraid that's all I have for this episode, as I can't really go any further with the project until the new parts arrive for the engine and the heads come back from being skimmed, since the engine has obviously been very hot 1 or 2 times before. But fear not, the next episode won't be far behind this one, as all the parts and machining will have been done by the time you watch this episode. So, until next time, enjoy.